Hey, good morning everybody. It's Cheryl from Deep Creek Vintage. Yesterday I was working on a project over here in the DIY studio and I thought, why not bring you along? Because one of the things that was on my goal list for 2019 was to bring you along and show you a lot of DIY projects and how we use some of the creative products that we carry here in the store. And now they're available at deepcreekvintage.com. We have an online store. It's not 100% tweaked yet, but the products are up there, and we're already restocking. So we're excited about that. And I'm excited to have you here with me. So like I was saying, yesterday I was working on a project like I often do and thought, why aren't I bringing my peeps along with me? Because it's that much easier to show you how to use things. And then if you want more instruction, you can take one of our workshops or something like that. So they're always a lot of fun. Another thing for housekeeping that I wanted to tell you about is this Sunday, it's 2/10, February 10th. We had to cancel one of our classes because of the supplies that we couldn't get any longer. So I decided to have a creative open house. So that's what we're going to be doing this Sunday from 12 to 3. If you want to stop by, you'll be able to use these products that I'm going to show you, the by Iron Orchid Designs. You'll be able to get your hands on them and use them a little bit and kind of see what designs we have in stock. So that should be a lot of fun. There's three main flagship products that they have at this particular time. And those are the molds, and these are a lot of fun, and they're brand new. We have some in stock, and we have more coming. They should be here at the shop on Monday, and they do fun things like you can apply them and use them like appliques. Hope you can see that. This is something that I just happen to have here. Morning, Carrie. I can see that you're watching me. So that's the molds, and there's like 8 different designs in there, and as you can see, they're really big and they're really deep. There's so many things you can do with them. You can use paper clay. You can even use them for food and soaps and things like that. Jewelry, I've seen jewelry made with them. They're really pretty. And the other thing one of the other ones I wanted to show you was the transfers. This just happens to be one of the designs of the transfers. We're having a lot of fun with them. I'll show you this. This happens to be one of the classes that we have coming up. So we actually start off with our blank board. We'll probably frame it or something. And we apply the transfer, and then we're going to watercolor it and finish it up. Make it really pretty. So, and then there are some designs are already colored. They have really nice, vibrant colors, so they're a lot of fun. They're very easy to apply, and they just kind of jazz up your furniture or your walls or mirrors. You can put them on mirrors, whatever it is you decide that you want to do. But the project that I'm working on now, if you've ever been in our workshop, you'll know that I have this big chalkboard. You can see part of it behind me. And we painted it on the wall. We used the Rust-Oleum chalkboard paint. We could have used our DIY paint to do the same thing. And it's probably like 5 feet wide and 9 feet tall. So we went all the way from floor to ceiling with it. And this is something that I've wanted to do for the longest time. But I knew Iron Orchid Designs was coming out with their new stamp design, so I really wanted to kind of wait and use the newest products that I could. So I was working on it yesterday. You can see I'm starting to put a border around it. I really haven't decided what I'm going to do up at the top yet, but the process is easy, and the products are really fun, and they're good, and they last a long time. So I wanted to show you kind of what I was doing. So hopefully you can see that. So this is really what a package looks like when you get it. They're $25.95, I believe. Let's hold it the right way up. So this is what one of the package looks like. So you can see, and depending on the package, you get a lot of different designs in them. And there's a lot of different things. You don't have to use them together. If you've got more than one pack, you can mix and match them. Whatever your imagination can come up with for you, that's what you can do with them. I've used them obviously with the liquid chalk. We've used ink with them. We've used them on textiles. We've used them on paint. We've used them on a carpet. There's lots of different ways that we've used them. We do t-shirts and hats. It's endless, really. So what I did was I chose to use this. So this is one whole. This is called Indie Folk, which is really fun, and a little bit of boho. So you can see there's birds and cherubs and hearts and all this. So this one here I thought would really be a good start to a border on my chalkboard. So what I did, all I did was I cut this design off of the backer board, which allows it to remain flexible, which I need it to be flexible because we have an old buildings here that we're working with and uneven walls. So I need the flexibility, but I also need some stability so it doesn't stretch, because they are flexible, and if you move them, they will stretch a little bit. So we don't want that to happen once we have our liquid, whatever on there, paint, chalk, ink. So that adds a little bit of flexibility. We also sell them. You know, one side is thicker than the other in your package, which is fine, but we also sell thin mounts that are maybe about 16 or 18 inches wide, which allows you to actually build a design if you need to do that, maybe on a curtain panel or something like that. So can I tell you about the stamps? So the stamps, they come in different sizes, right? And we know we want to put it on some kind of a block or a thin mount or something like that. But they're called clings. So one side actually has the design, and it's a raised design. You can see that probably my coffee hands. You can see where it's raised like that. And then the back side of it is flat. And this back side, this one's not as sticky, but usually it's very sticky. And if they start losing their sticky, it's because, or their cling, it's because they're a little bit dirty. And all you need to do is wash them in warm, sudsy water and let them dry, and they'll be fine. And then, like this particular one, I have an acrylic block here, which is good for a flat surface. And I'm going to apply it to my block, and you can see it's cling. It's not really going anywhere. So this allows me a good coverage when I'm putting on whatever my medium is on my stamp, on my cling. So we'll get back to that in a minute. I just wanted to show you that's how we work those. And then I was playing around yesterday. Some of the stamps, the packages are layers, so that you can work them in layers. And one of those is the Painterly Roses. You can see that. I don't have them all on here because I have them back at the sink washing them. So I've worked in layers, and like this is the first layer, and then there's details that you add the details to the top of it after the base coat has dried, whatever it is your medium. And I've seen lots of people they use them with paint. Look, even on the back of the package you can see where they used them with paint, and they're really pretty, and I've done that too. Let's see, there's all the pieces. But yesterday, since I was playing with the chalk, and I was trying to decide, because I'm going to have some decent size up at the top of my 9-foot chalkboard, have something that's a little bit beefy and that I can add to, and I was thinking something maybe romantic and pretty, so I chose the Painterly Roses. And it's easy to choose different colors if you're using paints and things like that, but I chose to use the two liquid chalk colors that we carry. I'm going to show you. So that's the white, obviously, and then we also carry a charcoal gray. And then if you mix I don't know which one I did it on, this one I think, if you mix the white with the gray, you get a little bit of a lighter gray. And then this particular rose right here is with no base. So there's no base here. This is a layered stamp design. So I put the base on, and then after that dried, I put the top on to get the detail of the roses. And then this one, I just used the background, which is black because it's a chalkboard. And you could do it on any color that you wanted to create. And it just gives you the detail there. So if you used it with permanent ink, you could actually go back and paint it if you wanted to. I had to add the bird. The bird, it belongs to Birds and Branches, I think. And then the bee, isn't the bee sweet? I can't resist him ever. He always shows up every place that I go. So I wanted to show you that. And that's one way that you can use it, by layering and whatnot. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and I'm going to show you the other tools that I use and how they're used and how simple they are and things like that. Let's see. Okay. So we have the stamp in our block. Okay, we have the stamp in the block. Hopefully it's okay. I'm really kind of new at this, so. Then I just have a board because I'm gonna put my design on here so that I have a nice flat surface and so you can see it better. So I have a nice flat surface to run my brayer over. And I have a flat surface. You can use a tile. This is just like an 8x8 tile, I think, or a 6x6, 8x8 tile from the home store. So it's really good. I put my inks on there and my liquid chalk on there. And then this is a brayer. And a brayer, it's a very hard rubber, and it allows you to run over your design and get an even amount. Of course, there could be user error in that, but it tries to give you an even amount on top of your surface so that when you go to apply it, right, you turn it over and you apply it, you get a nice even coating of whatever it is that you're using. Here is how the liquid chalk comes. We have a 2 fluid ounce, and here's the charcoal gray. It's a lot of fun. It goes really far and it does not dry out quickly. I was using this for a good hour or more and never had to reconstitute my chalk or add water to it, which they say you can, but I didn't need to, so I didn't do that. I have my eraser because what I want to do is I want to make sure that my chalkboard surface, if you're using a chalkboard surface, that it's primed. And priming just means that you put a little bit of chalk on the background. You don't have to, I guess. Then you'll have a very stark black. I kind of like the chalkboard look. So moving forward, I'm going to take my my tile. And I'm just going to put a little bit of chalk on there. I can always add. I don't want too much on there. Of course, it just depends on your design, I think, and how big your design is. You can see how it's nice and even. So you're not going to use the tile to press your stamp in. You're going to use the brayer. There we go. So that's nice. So I'm going to take my brayer and I'm going to run it across. Let me see. There we go. That's good. Now if I move my brayer, you know, if I tilt it or something like that, I'm going to get product down here. That's what you want to avoid, and that's what's so great about using the brayer rather than a paintbrush or something like that, or dabbing it on. Use the right tool for the job. That's what I always say. It makes your life much easier. It's really good quality. It'll last you a long time. So you don't want to end up with some kind of a mess over here and getting that. Hey everybody. Hey Jerry. You don't want to run the risk of getting this on your project, so we want to avoid that. So that's what we're going to do. And I guess I could probably just stamp this, right? Because who doesn't like birds on their chalkboard? I'm going to let people stamp on this chalkboard this Sunday. So there you go. There's our little bird. Isn't it cute? Can you see it? So now I'm going to do the same process with my border. And I will admit that I did try to use the border without the backer, without my thin mount yesterday because I couldn't find it. So it didn't work. So I'm just telling you, right tool for the job. And this was so easy, it just layered out. Now let's see, can you see everything? I was kind of left off over here. Do this. And because I was lucky, and that's another thing about the thin mount, this one happened to be on the bottom, so I was able to have a nice straight edge. So if it wasn't, like if I were to do the next border that's next in line, I would put it on a different thin mount so I could use it on a straight edge. Just because it's easier. So I'm going to place it on the wall. I've got it nice and straight. And I'm going to just kind of lightly tickle it in place and press all of the design that I want on my surface. That should be good. And I'm going to let it lift away. And there we go. You see? Let me take this out. Hey everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning. There we go. There's the bird. Let's do the bird. And then here, can you see it? Where am I? I don't think I'm very good at this. Just bear with me. Oh, there we go. So it turns out pretty nice. So that's the liquid chalk. And I'm going to continue. I'll continue on today. I don't know what like I said, I don't have my whole project. There we go. I don't have my whole project planned out. I'm going to push this back down because I have something else that I wanted to show you. So I've been redecorating our DIY studio over here, or I should say decorating it, because there's so many things that I'm not able to get to, just for the everyday operations of the store. And we did a upholstery class, just a basic upholstery class, and it was a little bit crowded in here, so I thought, time to get rid of the extra stuff. So we've been taking furniture out. You know, I'm a furniture painter, so it's usually everywhere, like even in my foyer. Okay, so I wanted to show you, this is really good. This did take a little while to dry. I didn't like sit around and watch it, but it did stay wet for a little bit yesterday. So I want to show you how easy it is to come off. See, I just have a paper towel. Should have gotten something else. See how easy that was to come off? So this is the Iron Orchid Design liquid chalk. And I did prime this. I don't know if you can tell the difference between this dark and the other, but can you see? It came off really easily. Yeah. This is pretty cool stuff, right? So now everybody needs to go out and they need to make a 5-foot by 9-foot board, and we'll just like have a contest or something. It'll be fun. So if you want to come in and I can show you, you can try some of it firsthand. I'd be more than happy to do that. We're going to be here Sunday. It is February 10th from 12 to 3. It's our creative open house. Maybe we'll change out the design. I don't know. And then if you come in and you know, if you play around a little bit, you'll get a coupon for a percentage off any of the products on Sunday. And I might have another surprise for you too. So I think that's it. I think that's everything. If anybody has any questions, you can put them in the comments. I'd be more than happy. If you want to share this with somebody, that would be great too. Don't forget, we're deepcreekvintage.com. We just started our web store. Still needs to be tweaked, but I'm okay with that. But we do have these products on there and more coming in stock. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned, and I'll at least post pictures of the finished product or the finished design. We'll see. I do like these painterly roses, though. They came out pretty good, so we'll see how that goes. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.